What's going on, everybody? My name is Jason. I work at All Out Bikes, and what we have here is an old Blue Max. Now, in previous videos, I keep talking about how this is a 1980s Blue Max. Now, I didn't do my research very well, and that is always important when you're restoring an old BMX. These old Mongooses, in this case the Blue Max, you can actually do your research first by looking at the serial number located on the bottom of the frame. The older ones, the serial numbers are easier to figure out. Let me see if I can turn this thing to a good point. Let's see. All right, so we're going to turn this over, and we're going to look at the serial number here. Okay, so as you see right here, this first letter right here is actually C. Okay, I can move the light around right here. This next one right here looks like a 1, but this is actually an I. Okay, so I is the 9th letter in the alphabet. Okay, so if you actually look at the months, if you go to the 9th month in a year, that's September. Okay, so this was made in September of, this last number is actually 9, so this is September of 1979. So that helps out a lot. So now we know that this is either a 1979 or a 1980. Okay, and I say that because, see, just like in the automotive industry, they start making the new models sometime in August and September, of the previous year. So this was made in 1979, so this is a 79, but see, these Blue Maxes are said to be, 1980 to 1985. They did them for like 5 years. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that, but it should be 1980 to 1985. And the decals that I got are supposed to be for the first couple of years, 1980 and up. I don't know if there was a decal for 1970, because I'm seeing some gold decals. I was not able to get those gold decals, and I'm comfortable with this being a 1980. It's cool it's made in 1979, and these decals right here will do quite nicely. Now, the next thing that I need to do is I really need to do my research on the direction of these decals, because I made a mistake on my Motomag up there, because I got the top tube decal turned the wrong way. Now, this one is actually going to have this decal on the bottom. So the big question is, do we do the decal with the blue going forward, or do we do it with the gold going forward? Now, one reason why I made a mistake on that Mongoose Motomag is because whenever I looked online, I saw several bikes where the gold was towards the head tube and not the red. So I had a 50-50 shot, and I made the wrong decision. I really should have found a Mongoose that had old decals, where you could tell that they were old, and go from there. So I'm going to try not to make a mistake here. I'm going to go to the computer or get my tablet here, and I'm going to try to look up which direction the decal is supposed to be. All right, let's go to Google here, and let's see, 1980 Mongoose Blue Max decal placement. Let's go to images. And I'm sorry, I know you can't see this very well. Okay, so let's look at this right here. Okay, so this one, we've got the blue. Of course, that's blue and red. The blue is going forward. Oh, that's a... So we need Blue Max. I cannot see very well on this computer here. That's a Mongoose Moto Mag. We need the Blue Max. I know a good place to go. We're going to go to BMX Museum. BMX Museum. We're going to go for, I wonder if it's under B for Blue Max, or if it's, let's see, Blue Max. So the Blue Max, 1980 to 1985. Okay, so I can see right there that the blue is going forward, but that one is not the right one. So Blue Max was a private label brand made to market outside the independent bicycle dealer network. We sold many to the U.S. Army and Air Force exchange stores worldwide, wherever there were U.S. military bases. We also sold them to some mass merchants in large volume, and that was Skip Hess. I actually used to talk to Skip Hess many years ago whenever we were ordering from them. I didn't even know that he was who he was. Okay, so we've got some Blue Maxes here. Okay, that is not looking like it's going to be helpful. There's no decal there. Okay. Let's back up. Okay, those don't look like they're helpful. Wow, there's only 4 1979 Blue Maxes on the BMX Museum. How many 1980s? This one looks promising, but it looks like it's been redone. That one has the blue in front. Okay. Here is, okay, that one is different. What is this one? 1981. Okay. This is why we have to be careful whenever we're doing our research. Okay. Blue's in front, but that's a different decal. So I'm looking and I'm seeing fairly consistently that the blue decal goes up front. And there we are. We got another blue one up front. So I can see right here that there's that chromoly decal that goes right there near the head tube, just like on my other Mongoose. Darn it. Okay, what else can I get from this? Okay, it looks like we've got a decal right there near the brake that's going to be in the back. I hope that's in the right place. Okay, there's no decals on that. Okay, let's back up. Is there any other information here? I'm sure I probably already looked at this one. Okay, so we've got the, oh, I'm sure that's the same one I was just looking at. Are there any others? I know that's an 81, but okay, so I see that decal right there again. Okay, I think this is enough to get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean this area right here. I'm going to be using a brake cleaner. Acetone works good. Alcohol would probably be adequate. But you want to make sure that you clean this area up real good, because we don't want this decal to come off. Okay. So we're going to go with the blue going forward. Now each one of these decals was it's hand laid, okay? So you don't have to get it absolutely perfect, okay? So don't stress about that. But I do want to get this, I really want to get this straight. So I am going to kind of curl this over and try to make sure that it's lined up. So I believe the way I'm going to handle this is I'm going to, wow, it actually overlaps a little bit. We're going to try to get this nice and centered. This is always a little stressful, trying to make sure that your decals are on straight. Okay, so now I'm going to anchor my fingers on here. And that's not working. Okay. Let's try to see. Okay. I hate installing decals. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm using the top tube to try to line up. I'm using the top tube as a reference point, and I'm trying to line up the letters. I've been pretty lucky with decals, but one of these times I'm not going to be so lucky. Alright, so I'm using the top tube as a reference point. I'm looking at the letters to try to make sure that they are straight. And then I'm just going to slowly work the decal on here. Now the decal does overlap, so I'm going to do one side first.
Dude, that's looking kind of crooked there.
And then I'm going to start to do the other. Now, I'm not going to be happy if this isn't straight, but it's not the end of the world because they were all hand laid. Okay. And this decal is not straight, but I'm not peeling it off. So we've got that on there. All right. It's looking good. It's looking good. All right, and then we're going to have the Blue Max on the front here. We're going to get our brake clean. We're going to clean the head tube area. Now, after we get all this done, we're going to need to go ahead and wipe the bike down one more time to make sure that it doesn't rust. Okay. Wow, the classic all the way to the weld here, just like on my Mongoose Moto Mag. They really didn't give you any room to spare. Okay, so I'm fairly happy with that. Let's get our brake clean, and we're going to install our little decal up on the top here. And you know, this video today is showing you what not to do. We're also going to be cleaning here and here, because we're going to be installing our iron cross. Okay, so we've got that decal. Okay. I notice a little bit of discoloration about an inch further down, which makes me wonder if that's where the decal was. But I'm not taking it off now. Every bike was a little unique. So I've even seen where the bikes came from the factory, where they put the stickers on upside down, and it made it through. I remember one time I was working at a shop, and we had built a bike for a customer. And about a month after he got the bike, he brought back the bike, and he was rather upset. And he was upset because his Specialized S-Works bike, the Specialized on the down tube, was misspelled. They actually misspelled Specialized, and it made it through um, all their quality control. Okay. Looking good. Looking real good. Okay. Looking at the picture here of the old bike, it looks like that we're going to be right about there. So I am going to keep my fingernail there. We're going to clean this. Oh heck. Let's not put it upside down. So we are out there. Okay, so this is looking really good. Let's go ahead and get the headset installed and the fork, and that'll probably be it for this video. We are nearing the end of this build, so let's go ahead and get this fork on. we are that much closer to having this done. It's looking great, but I've run out of time in this video. I hope you really enjoyed this. I mean, it's really coming together. I really love the decals. The frame is amazing. I'm a little worried because the parts that I'm cleaning up for this are not turning out as nice as the frame, but we're going to go ahead and get those put on here, and if it's good, great. If it's not good enough, that's okay. We'll look forward to upgrading this. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a big thumbs up. Be sure to tell your friends. Check out some of the other videos on the corner of the screen. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.